What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Botanical Garden, episode 8.
We are back, and we owe you guys a banger, big time. So we hope we deliver.
Enjoy it. See
Enjoy
you.
it.
See you.
Well, would you rather listen to one song for the rest of your life or never be allowed to listen to the same song twice?
I say never be allowed to listen to the same song twice.
Sounds awful. Like you'll never be able to sing along to any song ever.
There's too much good music out there for me to just only listen to one song for the rest of my life. Could I even consider myself a music enthusiast if I only listen to one song for the rest of my life?
No, but that would be like your anthem. Be like, oh, here comes the guy, that guy. He's whatever
Dude.
song. I don't know. What would your song be if you could only listen to one song for the rest of your... That's a whole different...
That's a whole different question. I don't even know. I could not tell you that answer. I mean, because the motto, perhaps, maybe. Should I play that really quick?
Yeah, The Motto by Drake. Oh, it's a different motto?
Dude,
This...
I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you, bro.
Why that song, though?
That's just like, oh my god, it's so fucking hot.
But, okay, but why?
Dude, one of my first playlists on Spotify, I was like, let me just compile some banger fucking songs, you know what I mean?
Mine
Either
would be
that, laser beams? Like the one that you sent the TikTok of?
Yeah.
Laser. Should we listen to it real quick?
No.
Laser.
Is it by Ray Volp?
Yeah, that's it.
Dude.
Yeah.
That song is fucking nuts.
It is just crazy. But I couldn't listen to that I would just not listen to music.
But
like if I could only listen to one song, like I would listen to it whenever it would be appropriate.
I mean, literally, like...
Yeah, but like what happens when you go to the club? If you chose to only listen to one song, would you only be able to hear your one song if it came on? So everybody's dancing, but it's just dead silent to you. You just hear people talking.
That's such a
technically somebody could sing it to you.
That is another reason why I say if I had to pick.
Do you see my face?
Yeah, it's like freaking strobing.
Because it's the song.
It would be so sad. Like after you finish that, like any song, right? It would be so sad to know, damn, that's the last time I'm ever gonna hear that. You know what I mean?
Did you just bing bong?
Yeah, that's my ringtone. Sorry.
That's your text tone is bing
yeah,
bong?
That's my text tone. Sorry.
Okay.
Welcome to the Brotanical Garden. To ensure nourishment to the saplings, make sure you spread your seed.
Disclaimer. This is our drunk podcast.
Yeah. So, as kind of a backstory, today I was out on the river doing a tubing trip, and for hours and hours on end, we were just drinking. And I figured now would be a good time to do sort of like
drink more.
Yeah. Because at that point when I got home, I was like, I'm ready to go to bed. This has been a long day. But rather, I decided to rally and drink more. And I think it's actually going to be beneficial. It might be time. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's time to kind of talk about where we've been. Because people probably, especially the extreme fans, they're probably like, what the fuck, dude?
They're probably never coming back. They're like, I can't trust them.
We told them they could commit to knowing that every single Monday we would come out with a new podcast. And here we are 3 weeks later.
Yeah.
After episode 7, which is Travis Goes Sicko Mode, as you guys know, if you guys aren't.
Oh, it all circles back.
If you guys I mean, it's been 2 to 3 weeks, so I have to explain, and I will say, this is not on Clay. This is on me. So I will say that first and foremost. So the first week we were supposed to record, I actually went home, spent some time with family and friends.
Yeah.
If you guys don't remember, I mean, everyone that listens to this knows me, so they know this. I don't know what I'm really saying.
Well, that's
But
not true.
I'm in Nebraska now, and I grew up in Cincinnati, Ohio. So I went back to Cincinnati, spent time with family and friends. It was great, but unfortunately, I got back in Nebraska at like 1 a.m. Monday morning. We didn't have time to record the podcast, and it was sad.
Yeah.
So
Ball was dropped.
I figured I owed it to you guys to really like do something special for the next one, and sure as shit, I ended up getting COVID and was just cashed for like a week.
For like a week and a half, dude, your voice sounded like dog shit.
Yeah.
Like you just sounded like you had a big old meaty cock down there for the longest
Just
time.
just
You literally just
slipping
got over it like a few days.
through my throat. Yeah, I mean, it's truthfully, I mean, probably 3 days ago, I was getting to the point where I was better.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But
So that-
I think we should toast
Okay.
to being back. We had a little hiatus, you know. Hopefully they've been seeing the TikTok stuff. If you don't follow us on TikTok, we've been dropping some highlights
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
We do have plans for some original content over there, not just podcast highlights forever. There will be some original content that's separate from the podcast. So without further ado,
Can I
should
can I
we- should
can
we-
I say the toast, please? May I?
Yeah, is it for honor?
It. Never mind. I don't want to say it anymore.
No, say it. I want to hear it.
Can I still end it with the honor thing? I'll make it cooler. Don't worry.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So this is really to honor the people that watch this podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, truthfully, we wouldn't be where we are now if it weren't for them. We have a solid group of, I would say, 10 regular,
No, 20.
20-ish,
I think we have 20 concurrent week. to week.
20 regular listeners.
That's a tough word.
That is tough. You know.
Oh shit, dude! This is gonna be an interesting fucking hour.
It's gonna be tough.
This is not the first shot, by the way. This is the second one.
And-
Who knows what you're on?
It's been a long day.
All right, toast it up. Let's go. I'm trying to hold
Anyway, I just want to honor you all right now. And as we all know, if
You're
you
so
cannot
shit-faced.
if you cannot come inner, come honor.
Yep.
Cheers, guys.
Wow, you didn't even put it to them. Ah! Yeah, so tequila shots and cut water, is that what you said?
Yeah, I just thought of it as the best way to quickly get back to fucked up.
Addictivo tequila.
Okay.
So I'm about to be addicted.
Nice.
I
Addictivo.
feel like I have to get on your level, but tequila is so fucking dangerous. Hey,
maybe
Kevin.
maybe I'll just ask you this publicly, but I've had a couple people that have asked, maybe like kind of as a joke, what episode do you think we should start having guests appear on the podcasts? I'm saying at least episode 20. Maybe 15 if somebody really wants to get on. Cuz right now this is episode 8, I believe.
Yeah. I don't know.
I do want to like get a really good structure for us before we decide to do
Yeah, we kind of
guests.
screwed that up.
But
Yeah, we kind of screwed that
Anyway-
up though, by a 3-week hiatus.
yeah, and I do feel bad about it, but at the same time, I think a lot of our viewers, other than the select few who are like regular, they pop it on Monday morning, can't wait. I think a lot of
I
people
don't think
were.
that happens at all.
There are a couple people in my like kind of realm here in Omaha that do that, and I love that.
Oh,
I
shout out
love
to
that.
you.
Yeah, shout out to you. When I hear about that, that really makes my day. I just hope that they know that. Like, if you guys listen to us first thing in the morning, Mondays, like that literally makes my day. And when like,
It really makes my dick rock hard.
yeah, same here. I'm fucking, yeah, exactly. And the best part is like Monday, if they say something that's like an answer to what we talk about halfway through the podcast,
Mm-hmm.
it's like I just know that they were listening throughout that entire time on Monday morning, and I'm so to all you guys. That's another cheers to all you
Oh
guys.
God, that's another shot. I'm gonna have to get a beer after this.
Yeah, you're gonna be having to. So anyway, you guys.
Aha! Yo, Karen saga continued. I don't think the pod has heard this because we took a 3-week hiatus. And
Yeah,
during the 3 weeks, there was another chapter of the Karen saga, aka my neighbor.
I would love to hear about this. Can you please tell us about this?
Because I never told you, did I?
No, you
Because I
never
told
did.
you, yeah, because we were
You
gonna
said
save
we were
it for
gonna
the
wait
pod.
it. Yep, exactly. Yep.
Previously on Karen, she was having the ambulance and the fire trucks come in. Yeah,
Yeah.
does that ring a bell?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So, and then I mowed her lawn. Did the pod hear about that?
Yep. I think they
Yeah,
did.
okay.
They heard
Yep,
about that
it-
you mowed her lawn and she never said
She
anything
never
about it.
said anything, and she pulled in the driveway. Did not say a word until 2 weeks later. She so I go home. I work. Work is like 6 minutes away. Excuse me. I just burped. But I work very close, so I come home for lunch. Jesus. Anyways, okay. So I go home for lunch every day. And I guess I was leaving from home to go back to work after lunch, and I pull open my car door, and she runs out of her front door and is like, "Wait. I have something to give you." And I'm like, "What?" Like I had such an attitude with her. I was not having
Yeah.
it. I was
Yeah.
not about to be late going back to work. I was like, "What? What is it?" And she said, "Well, see me when you get back." I said, "What?" So I go over there, and she hands me a plastic tray with brownies, and it has a sticky note on top. Says, "Thanks for mowing my weeds." I was like, "Okay." She said, "Thanks for
Oh.
mowing my weeds," and I was like, "I didn't do that," because it had been mowed a second time prior, like after I had mowed it. So somebody else had mowed it after I did. And I was like, "I didn't do it," because I thought she was thinking it was me, thanking that person. Or I don't know. Like in her head, she was thanking me because I had just mowed it again. And I was like, "No,
Right.
I didn't do it." And she said, "You didn't?" And I said, "Well, I mean, yes, but anyway." I was like, "Whatever, thanks," and I walked away, and I threw them away right away, like in front of her.
You threw them away?
No, I didn't. I took them to work.
Oh, okay.
I took them to work, and I was like, "Hey, does anybody want a brownie?" And they're like, "Did you make them?" And I was like, "No, my neighbor gave them to me." And they're like, "Wait." And I was like, "Yeah." I kept telling them, I was like, "Yeah, I think she said she made them with a secret ingredient called Miralax." So, literally, everybody was like, "Huh, special brownies." And so I tried them. They were normal brownies. She was
Yeah.
2 weeks late, but yeah. So she did say thanks.
So she did say
Did
thanks.
Did not have the same effect. But
you
here's the
were
thing, though.
you were kind of concerned about it.
Yeah. But here's the thing, though. When I mowed the grass, I was not expecting to be thanked. Like I
Right.
was doing it as a kind gesture because she had a lot going on, or so it seems. Like ambulances showing up to her house like multiple times a week. Like I'm not. Like I was just trying to do a nice thing, nice gesture.
Right.
But what pissed me off, and like what kind of made it feel like not, I don't know, like is the fact that she pulled in the driveway and saw me mowing her lawn.
And did not
And didn't
initially.
Yeah. Like within 48 hours, didn't say anything. If I
Yeah.
never would have saw her, if she never would have pulled in the driveway, I wouldn't have thought twice about not being thanked. Like, I would have been like, oh, it's fine. She probably doesn't know who did it.
Yeah.
But the fact that she saw me doing it, that's what kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But she did say thanks. So I don't know.
Let us
So, yeah,
know
let's-
in let us know in the comments if you guys actually what you would feel about this situation. Because
Yeah, so if you
I'm the same way. I'm kind of, do you feel,
I mean, I totally had an attitude when she gave me the brownies. Like, I was not
yeah.
I wasn't nice, but I wasn't like rude either. I was just kind of annoyed.
Yeah. So
I
you're
was
like,
just like,
you were
okay,
like,
like,
this has
go.
already been said and done. I've already felt like I felt your sass when you
Yeah.
didn't say anything, and at this point, it's almost too late. That's
Wait.
kind of how you felt.
What if she watched the pod and was like, "Oh shit, I gotta like making brownies or something."
Yo, what if she watched
Maybe-
the pod?
I doubt it.
Yo,
I doubt it.
Granny's on the Spotify lookout.
Yeah, yeah. Don't know her
Imagine?
name, but
Imagine, dude.
somebody was mowing her grass the other day. A different neighbor, one of my other neighbors, in the hood was mowing her lawn. So.
Damn. She probably gets
Yeah.
anybody that she can, honestly.
Oh, and there's a Luna update too.
Luna update. Okay, your
Yeah.
precious puppy. What is the
My
update?
precious pupper. So I think last we heard she was limping and stuff, and she had like vet visits.
That's so true. Yeah, she was limping.
Yeah. So this is like very recent. So last Sunday, so like a week from tomorrow, we had a family little gathering for my dad's birthday. We were swimming in the pool. We're having a great time. Luna's running around. Like, she was going hard last
Yep.
week. She went hard playing with the dogs.
Yeah.
It was seriously the funniest thing because we were playing with like a volleyball in the pool, and she kept trying to grab it out of the pool, and I was like, oh god, she's about to fall in. But she started limping, like off, like would not touch her foot to the ground, and I was like, oh no, she just dislocated something.
Oh, yeah.
And so we left early, and I was like, she needs to just go home. Like, we need to just, let her chill out, let her rest. And fortunately, she had a vet visit the next day. She had ripped the skin off the bottom of her paw pad. Yeah. So, how like a dog's little paw pad, like the center is like pretty rough.
Yeah.
So she was running around on the concrete, like for a good probably 15-20 minutes. She was jumping up and down off of the diving board, which is pretty coarse.
Of course.
It's a lot
Absolutely.
rougher than concrete.
Yeah.
And she had like literally by the way, like underneath the paw pad is still black. So like it's not like it wasn't bleeding. Like there was just a piece, like the outer layer of skin had been ripped off, and it was very sensitive to her.
Oh, man.
But so she didn't want to touch that foot to the ground, but the other leg is the one that she's been limping on prior.
Oh, no.
So like it looked really rough. It looked really sad, and it was very anxiety inducing.
Yeah.
So luckily she had a vet visit the next day, and I took her, and he was like, yeah, her joints are real loose. She's gonna have arthritis in the future. Like that's probably a given. But she was like he said it was pretty common for dogs to, like, it's not common obviously, but it's something that's happened before, obviously, that dogs have kind of skinned up their paws.
Yeah.
And he said it'll heal and whatnot, but he wanted to x-ray her on Thursday. So Thursday I took her there at like 7 a.m, so she had to be sedated and all that, and they did x-rays.
Right.
And I got her back at 4 o'clock, so she was there all day.
Wow.
At the vet. No, couldn't have breakfast in the morning. Little hungry pup. And she no bone damage, which is great. By that point, by Thursday, she had stopped limping. Or she was more comfortable putting her foot down. with the little paw pad, so I guess it kind of toughened up, or like,
Yeah, kind of started healing
started.
up on her.
Yeah. He said no bone damage, but she does have loose joints, and that, like, if it worsens, she'll have to go see a specialist.
Yeah.
So, I guess she cannot go hard in the paint for prolonged periods of time. And she's just a sweet little angel.
Yeah.
But so yeah. I mean, it's like good and bad news. Like no bone damage, which is good because like it could have been a hairline fracture or something that's causing the limps.
Right.
But she's a little trooper. She loves to run, and
Yeah.
I'm just such an I don't know. I always think of worst case scenarios in a lot of things. So like I'm at work and she's at the vet. Like they've already probably x-rayed her, and they said they would call me at 3, and it was like 3:30 and I hadn't received a call yet. And I'm just like in my head like, oh god, what if
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
have to amputate her leg? What if she can't run anymore? Do I
Oh,
make her a
no.
three-legged dog, or do like I was like I'd have to put her down. She likes to play fetch too much. I could not do that to her. And like I'm sitting here like typing up emails just in my head, like sad as hell.
Oh
Just
my
like
gosh, dude.
I do it all the time, dude. I think of the worst case scenario all the time, and it's
Yeah.
the worst thing to do. But then like, I mean, I check myself a lot, but yeah, like I'll have the thought and be like, dude, that's stupid. Like the little inner dialogue of that's dumb.
Yeah.
Like that's not gonna happen. Like, so yeah, that's the Luna update.
Dang, man. Well,
I'm gonna go get her. I'm gonna go get her. Have
yeah,
fun.
Go get her. Go get her. Yeah, with what he was saying, I am kind of the same way. Like, so our cat Mozzie, whenever we go, whenever we're leaving, Mozzie always tries to get out of the apartment, and whenever I hear Mozzie meow after we lock the door, oh, there she is. Whenever we try to get Mozzie, to not go for the door when we're leaving, and I hear him meow as I'm walking out, I have to check if he's like stuck in the door somehow. And Rachel gets so mad because she's like, Kevin, I literally checked. He's fine. He's not in the door. He's just upset that we're leaving. And I just am so protective with that thing that I just feel like I'm thinking about the worst case scenario, like his paw is stuck in the door and he's going to be waiting there for 4 hours until we get back stuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, they're people call them fur babies, and that's so true. Like they're literally, I mean, they're our responsibility, and so like we take care of them, and pet love is real.
Yeah.
Look how tired she is, dude.
Yeah.
She's
freaking pooped.
She was asleep. I just picked her up. She's probably pissed. Look at her. Dude, she's
Oh
such a little
man.
pooper.
Yeah, she's so cute.
She's my homie. Dude, like literally last night we talked for
Yeah.
almost an hour. Just like after we were like, all right, man, I'll talk to you later. I'm gonna go to bed, and then we just kept talking for like another whole hour.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's nothing like serious.
Yeah, it's just
like,
talking,
Just talking. Like it was genuinely like a debate almost.
It was a debate. It really was, and it's sad that we can't debate that here and now, or at least talk about it.
But like like it's sad that it wasn't recorded. Really.
Yeah.
But like,
I agree.
I don't know, dude. Like I want your opinion on this. But since we've started the podcast, do you feel like our conversations outside of recording have been either less, like just less in general? Because the reason we started this is because we would talk on the phone for literally an hour, just rambling on about, like it'd start about like how our day was going and like what we've been up to, and then it'd just go on to just shooting the shit about whatever, like what we saw that day or that week.
Yeah.
I feel like, I mean, I know for a fact it's happened less in a way. Like we kind of reserve
Yep.
those phone calls. Like we kind of hold back from having those conversations. Because I mean, we still talk on the phone, just like, keeping in touch. But do you feel like that the podcast has kind of intervened with those kind of conversations?
So that's a good question. So I think that yes, at the end of the day, yes, absolutely. We
Damn,
want
dude, my nose is big as fuck. Like,
you're just looking at yourself in the camera?
no, I can't look to the right. If I do, it really shows it off. You want to see me look to the right?
Yeah, let's see it.
I'm gonna check my phone. God dang!
God dang!
I'm sorry. You were saying?
So I think that absolutely it does play a part in our conversations, but I don't think that it's enough to where I have a problem with it necessarily.
No, and
Like,
I wasn't trying to put that connotation on it.
I know you weren't, but I was just trying to, as an answer, say that it hasn't changed it enough to where I'm affected by it negatively, but I do think that like we both kind of have a grimace when we think about like what we're gonna say, and we're like, no, I'll wait for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like topics, like certain topics will be
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
yeah, but oh, dude, I saw this the other day, and but
And,
wait, I'll save it.
no, yeah, I'll save it for the
I'll
pod.
tell you later.
I'll
that
save it
kind of
for the
thing.
pod. Yeah, exactly.
But I don't know. That's so. Wait, we kind of just rambled on past the fact that you asked me a question of like what I would want to watch, right, or talk about or see, or whatever.
Yeah. Well, okay, so we were on the note of something sad, but something that I had found that I wanted to share with the podcast.
Sure, let's do it right now.
Okay.
Is this a TV time?
This is a TV time. Let me go ahead and I'll merge us into TV time right now, actually. I do have a cat on my desk that's currently biting me. But here we are.
What? What, dude? What? What?
So let me talk about this a little bit. And I
could...
actually have not heard of this. But right now, there is a game that encourages people to make themselves pass out.
What?
By choking themselves.
Dude,
but
what?
If you see, I mean, the title of this article really kind of says it all. But this...
I mean, what a name, first off.
Yeah,
Archie Battersby?
Archie's Battersby. And I mean, he's really, I mean, if I scroll down here, he's a stud. Look at him. He looks like young JB.
Little JB in the house.
Unfortunately, he's
the
dead
London look
now. But that was really tough. I just shouldn't have put it that way. Damn. That
wait, is this like, okay, explain. Like, is this a game that people have paid for?
So I literally had to look this up, and I found it on Urban Dictionary. So the game, the name of this game is Blackout. And apparently on social media, it's cool.
Seems fitting.
It's cool, apparently, if you can make yourself black out. And I've never heard this before.
No, dude, this has been going on since we were in middle school.
Really?
Yes. There was, like, I vividly remember people making themselves pass out in the bathroom at school. Like, this has been going on for years. Like, there was the thing, like, people doing this with belts. Like, they would choke themselves out with belts at home, and they wouldn't release it, and they would end up hanging themselves which is like literally the saddest thing ever.
Yeah,
But
so
like, why? So this is still a problem?
so they call this the blackout game. And yeah, it seems like they
Why
make
did you
themselves
think
pass
this
out.
was a good thing to talk about?
So this was just one of the things I've ran upon. It just the main topic I wanted to get out here was how much like the younger scene is influenced and is like, oh, if this
a good
guy
point.
jumped off a bridge, I'll jump off a bridge. Like
That is so true. I feel like the younger generation would absolutely like, because that saying is still around.
yeah.
But especially us growing up, like our parents all the time. If Kevin jumped off a bridge, would you like that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Like, that's
Like, and for them right now, it's like if Logan Paul thinks this thing is sweet, would you do it? Or if whatever his name is.
I don't even know that the young influencers are these days.
Me neither. But the thing is, like, it's such a toxic thing.
But you're so right, though. Like, the younger generation would absolutely, like, if anybody with 1,000 followers, like, it doesn't, not even any sort of fame or clout, as they call it.
Yeah.
If anyone told them to, like, hey, I'm not gonna say what first came to my mind, but but you're so right. Like, if they said, hey, go steal a car, or hey, go take that from that guy, I feel like more like 9 times out of 10, the younger generation's gonna do it.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. Maybe were we that naive at that age? Like, that young?
Maybe.
Like, who was really popular while we were like in middle school? That was like kind of a global phenomenon.
Dude Perfect,
I guess
maybe?
Like Justin Bieber, maybe, like on his come up.
Okay, I was thinking more of like YouTube scene, but yeah, Justin Bieber, yeah.
Yeah, so if Justin Bieber, and he's like, we're like the same age as Justin Bieber, right? Or close? No, I think he's a few years older.
Yeah,
than us.
but close enough, yeah.
But
He's
close
in his
enough.
20s,
Yeah, like
so.
even a few years older kind of like makes it more compelling to. He's 28.
Honestly, yeah. If you look up
So
to
if
him,
Justin
yeah.
Bieber came up to a 14-year-old girl back in the day and was like, "Hey, go over there, take that purse off the like off the shelf, and walk out with it," like that's such a moral dilemma that I think the 14-year-old girl's absolutely taking that purse just because Justin Bieber said so.
Yep. And, or guy.
Like, even you're so right. Like, shit, yeah, I'd steal that purse for Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
If that like in subconsciously, if that gives me like a route into his inner circle, so to
Right.
speak. If that gives me more clout with Justin Bieber, yeah. So
Yeah.
why does this game gain popularity? Like, do you know? Like, how is it drawing these kids in to make this happen?
I just cannot believe that a trend was actually made to choke yourself to death, or not to death, but to make you pass out. I cannot believe that influencers made that trend. And I completely believe that younger people will always follow their influencers and will want to do what they do. But I cannot believe that people actually made this a trend knowing that people were going to try to do this. You know what I mean? Like, it's
like 82 is a lot of people.
82 is a ton of kids.
So young.
That literally die because they want to look up to whoever decided to make this trend.
But what influencer, like, is there, like what did the rest of that article say? Is like, are there like what influencers are actually like putting that out there to do that? Like, that's insane. Like, who made this game?
I don't know.
Why
if
isn't
the
this
article,
a known thing?
Yeah, I don't know if the article actually specifies the people that have made this a thing. I'm sure if you gave it a little bit of research, you could figure out who did this, but it just kind of makes me sick thinking about, and
It-
this
it's
kind of
fucked up.
this kind of brings me to Andrew Tate, and I don't know if you've been.
Oh yeah, I mean he's everywhere.
He's everywhere.
You can't
He's
get rid of this
he's the
guy.
most popular man in the world right now. Truthfully, he is.
Yeah,
And
which is dumb.
so I sent a message to my hometown
Andrew
friends.
Tate? Oh.
To my hometown friends recently. And so I don't know if any of you viewers have done any sort of research on Andrew Tate.
Some dirt's been coming up like online is what I've like been seeing. Is some
But
of his past life has been coming to
Let-
fruition.
Let me just say, and this is my opinion, you guys don't have to take it as like fact. I think Andrew Tate is a dirtbag, and I think he's a genius at getting rich. But I don't think he's a good guy.
I agree.
And I talked to my 2 nephews 2 weeks ago or so when I was back home, and it's amazing. It is alarming that when I talk to them,
Wait, how old are they?
So one is probably around the age of 12, and the other
Okay.
is probably around the age of 15 to 16.
Okay.
It is amazing to me how much they idolize Andrew Tate.
There's no way.
They do. And the entire young generation thinks of him as
Like
straight
a god.
straight from their mouths as rich, gets tons of girls, super smart, and just like a super good guy to base your life on.
Dude, there's no way.
And I was, and as myself, you know, I'm obviously older, and I can understand kind of the realities of life.
Yeah.
And for me to hear that from them, immediately, number one, struck me as I cannot believe that, one, they even know who this person is.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
two,
dude,
that they actually look up to this person and want to
That's
be this person.
absurd. That's absurd.
And it makes me really nervous because if 2 people in the age groups of 12 and 16 that I know think this way, then there's a good chance that the vast majority of their
Yeah.
age
absolutely.
group actually feels this way about this person.
See, that's the thing about social media now. Is like it just if it blows up and becomes viral, that's like I mean, that's what's going to be pushed down every little like whoa. Did you know where I was about to go with that?
No, I just
you got a
heard push
piece-
down every little, and I
Yeah. Yeah, I was about to say throat. It's about to get real rough. But if that's what's being fed to like the young minds of kids, it's really that you're right. You nailed it right on the head. It's alarming. Like it's so
It's
scary,
scary,
because
man.
that dude is such a player, not in the getting girls way. Like he is finessed so many people. Do you know about his Hustlers University little online course thing?
I've heard about it, and I've heard how much of a scam it is.
Yeah, it's literally
And-
a pyramid scheme.
And
It's a pyramid
scheme. Yep. And I've heard about how many people. I mean, truthfully, there are so many people that believe in Hustlers University and think that it's going to
Which
make him a
is
better
stupid.
person.
Stupid.
And it's great. It is absurd to me that people are still actually like falling for this. Like
Yes.
it's just absurd
And-
to me.
The craziest part to me is how the world we live in now is so blind to the past of people. Now I understand people can change, but they really can't.
They really can't.
Like they really like that is who that person is. Yes, they can change the way they live. They can change how lifestyle changes are definitely a thing. Like you were out of shape and then you worked on yourself and now you're in shape, or you had anxiety, you found ways to cope with it and turn it into a positive. That is ways people can change.
Right.
But personalities really do not change.
No, they don't. They don't. And it's
like
it's almost impossible
so,
to change someone, right?
To change someone at their core. And at Andrew, what's his name? Andrew Tate? Is that right? Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Andrew Tate. So at his core, like he has sexual harassment and like he has, maybe it wasn't sexual harassment. I don't know exactly what maybe it was, but dude's been banned from Twitter like multiple times. He has allegations against him for like harassment and abuse.
Yeah,
like,
you're right. You're 100% right.
And that's just forgotten about just because he has one statement that sounds good.
It's overlooked.
It's the exact same thing with Deshaun Watson. Why the fuck does he still have a job?
Yeah. No, I agree.
It's just 11 games and $5 million. Oh wait, he's getting paid $220 million for the next 8 years. He's getting paid $220 million, and all he has to pay is $5. Big whoop.
Yeah, that's nothing to. Why not go and do it again at that point?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're exactly right. Oh, it's just I don't get paid for 11 games, but I still get paid for the last 6. That's a couple mil. That pays back for my fine.
Things get so overlooked when people are so much in the limelight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And
sure.
it's just it's sad because I literally almost had we were on our way to Kings Island, which is a
oh, I love it.
And it's like Cedar Point. It's basically Cincinnati's amusement park. They have a ton of really great roller coasters. Yeah, exactly. And we're in the line for McDonald's to grab a little snack before we go because the food is ridiculously expensive there, obviously. Right. And they start talking about him, and they just start idolizing
about Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
Dude,
and it's just like I have nothing to say because I know that I cannot change their opinion, and they look up to me like I am basically their big
brother,
their big brother, and there's nothing I can do to change their mind or opinion about who he is. And I tried to be fair, I tried to. I talked about him. I talked about what he had done and who he really is. And it just seemed to not matter at all to them. And it's scary.
See, that's the scary thing about TikTok, though, is like you can take 15 seconds or 30 seconds, a minute, however long it allows you to, and you can take a snippet of what he says, which sounds so good.
It does.
So spot on with what's going on. Like, I mean, I'm not going to lie. Like, some of the quotes that he has, or like some of the TikToks that have been seen, yes, they are true.
They're true, like, and they're good, and they deserve to get noticed, right?
Like they make sense. Yeah.
Right.
As far as just the whole gender thing in the world, like women don't get paid the same, and then like men have to deal with stuff that women don't have to deal with. Like that's kind of his angle of attack on what goes viral. Like that's what's really being said is how women get treated differently than men, and what men don't have to be or have to worry about more than women, and like just those trigger words. It's just that's literally all it is to take off and go viral. It's just these trigger words or like engagement words, like stuff that is said that cause people to either comment or like or share, and then it just takes off, and there's nothing you can do from that point.
Yeah.
So in that sense, he's a genius. Like he knows how to get a reaction, to get his name circulating through, because it's been like a good month that he's been relevant in social media.
Yeah, and honestly, I would argue that he right now is the most talked about and popular person on Earth.
Maybe not on Earth, but in the States.
At least
yeah, you're probably
States,
right.
But honestly, probably
because isn't he from the UK? Isn't he British?
I don't actually know. I think
he's either British or Australian, but I'm pretty sure he's like European.
Yeah.
So he probably hits the global spectrum. Like you're totally right. He's probably the most talked about person right now, just in the social media space.
And it's just sad. It's just
Because yeah, it's sad because the younger generation is so naive. Which I mean, you can't blame them because
you
we were
can't
the
blame
same
them.
way.
Yeah, I was the same way. Yeah. I mean, it's
But then again, we didn't have access to that like we didn't have access to the world's like to the
right.
world's thoughts.
Yeah.
We had access to our like who we knew.
Yeah.
Like it really wasn't later like middle school, like early high school till like Instagram really, but even Instagram when it started, you really only knew the local kind of thing. Like it was
Yeah.
all about who you knew locally. It really didn't take off until like graduation or like
Yeah.
college.
Kind of going off on that. I just feel like right now with like serious genuinely young people, like young kids having all access to every media that is there, that is populated. I'm gonna kind of take a sick turn to this.
Uh-oh.
But
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
we're gonna talk about
sorry.
we're gonna
I'm sorry, we're gonna talk about what?
we're gonna talk about porn for a second.
Okay, let's do it.
So
Kick my feet up real quick.
now that everyone feels like they have all and every say in anything on social media, the kinks and what get people going recently, it just feels like they have all access to anything they'd ever want. And there was a couple that I just saw an article about that took advantage of this.
Where are you going with this?
You'll see. So I found I found a news article about this couple that basically caters to any and every kink that is strange that you can think of. And so the title of the article is "The Couple Who Make Bespoke Porn and the Bizarre Requests They Say Yes to."
So basically, they're like, we don't kink shame.
No, they don't kink shame at all, and in fact, they're making tons of money doing whatever these weird kinks are that are requested.
They're not weird. They're just obscure.
Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
some.
Hey, you want to hear a funny story real quick?
Yeah, I'd love to actually.
So, like first day of school, kind of like in high school or whatever, you'd have like those icebreaker kind of questionnaires or like.
Yeah.
So it's like everybody gets passed around a piece of paper and it's like, what's your favorite color? Or what's an interesting thing about you?
Yeah.
So this is my sister had this questionnaire once and was like, what's a cool thing about you? Or like, what's a random fact? And she wrote down that she had a fetish for chandeliers. Not knowing what fetish meant. She just thought that fetish meant that you liked, like you just had an obsession or you just really liked that thing.
Oh.
And so she read out to the class that she had a
gosh.
fetish for chandeliers.
No
Like, she coulda-
way.
Yeah, it could have been like 8th grade or 9th grade. But yeah, she's
So when
that's what
everybody
came to
else
mind.
thought that she was
like
sexually
I have
attracted
like
to
what's a random
chandeliers.
fact about you? And it's like, oh, I like to play with my dogs. And it's like, okay, what about you, little girl? And she's like, I have a fetish of chandeliers. Can you imagine what the teacher thought?
They're
Teacher was like,
I'm gonna
what?
pop my ass in
What?
every single one of these light bulbs, is what she was thinking. Oh
Okay.
my god, sorry, that was cryptic.
So anyways,
so anyway, this couple, man, they have been making bank on this. And
they some OnlyFansers.
I don't know.
Oh,
But
you would assume so, I guess.
so one of their requests, which apparently was the most peculiar, was like this guy offered them X amount of money to send a video to him of the wife fully clothed swatting flies.
And he got off. This guy.
And this guy spent probably thousands of dollars for this video of the wife fully clothed swatting flies.
Why can't he just do that himself?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So like the amount of
Like, literally go to a dog park.
yeah.
Or like go to where there's flies. Like go to somewhere, go to a fucking landfill and take a fly swatter. And you think every time he hits it, he's just like,
dude, that's what I'm saying. So
like,
I'm gonna see if I can. So this is the couple.
Oh, these are the kinkers. Yo, what in the is that the guy from Back to the Future? Is that Rick from Rick and Morty?
So like,
that's Rick.
That's Rick. That's Rick. So like some of the things that they have been getting requests for, I mean, it's like her making a silly face covered in chocolate.
Nice.
There are tons of. There are tons
right off the rip though. Like I don't know. Never mind. I kind of retract what my thought was. My thought was at first I thought, do you think people are doing this just to make them do absurd things? But then why would they spend why would they spend that money, you know?
Right. Because if they were bringing these comments in saying, "Hey, you should do this," to be like, you know, trolls, then they wouldn't spend that amount of money. They wouldn't
do it. Yeah.
And apparently these people in this article, these people say they are fucking making bank. Like business is booming. They're currently putting on this fantasy series of like porno where I don't even know. I mean, it's just the most peculiar things you would ever think of. But different people, it's just crazy to me how different people are just so attracted to the weirdest kinks that you could ever think of.
Why do you think? I don't know. Like, why do you think kinks exist? Like, what drives? Like, what drives that? Especially like swatting flies. Like, what?
I'm genuinely thinking about that. The answer to your question right now. Trying to figure out.
Is it like, are they associating that with them being spanked or something? Like that's the only rational thought that I could connect to that certain fetish of swatting flies. Like, is that?
Yeah. Like, I do understand, because like it's a very common thing, although it's really twisted and weird. It's a very common thing for people to be turned on by shaming you, by like someone on a live stream saying, "Hey, you fucking pussy, you're so short and your dick is so small. You're bald and you're fucking ugly as fuck." There are people that get off to that sort of thing.
Yeah, like just being degraded. Yeah,
and
I
that,
don't understand that.
Honestly, I don't understand it either. But honestly, that makes more sense to me than someone having a kink for swatting flies. You know what I mean?
Or just having chocolate on their face.
Yeah, or like some girl talking to a camera absolutely covered in chocolate fondue. And it's not even it's not even like her body. It's not a matter of like looking at her cleavage or butt. It's literally just her face.
And it has chocolate on it.
And it's just absolutely covered from hair to chin in chocolate fondue.
I mean, like I said, we ain't going to kink shame, so
I'm not going to kink shame because listen, I
hope you find the person that does that for you.
People get turned on about different shit, and I'm not going to shame you about it. You do you, but at the same time, I just personally
don't
don't
get it.
understand. I don't understand.
I don't get it.
You know what I
It's
mean?
like, how does this come to be? Like, how do you figure that out? Like, how do you find out? Like, your mom's in the kitchen one day. It's like,
And
oh my gosh, there's a fly in here. And then she grabs the fly swatter and just like smacks the shit out of it.
She
and you're
smacks
like,
it. You're like,
whoa. You're like, whoa.
You're like, God, I need more
Mom,
of that in my
chill
life."
out. Or like your high school crush or whatever, like gets chocolate on her face, and it's just, even though it's a small amount, you're just like,
Oh my God. Yeah.
I think that deserves to pinch it off.
Yeah, that probably deserves it. We really were rambling men tonight, but we owed it to you to at least get one of these out. We're gonna try
what a pod though. Like,
yeah,
it was kind of,
it was
even
deep.
though
It was deep.
It was pretty deep and kind of real.
Let's just cut
barring
straight
the
to
fact
it.
that-
Yeah.
I mean, barring the fact that we're intoxicated, like you would really think like
that
the
we weren't.
No. No, the preconceived notion would be like, oh, they're gonna talk about the dumbest shit and be goofy and dumb and just sound like idiots. But really, it was like,
we just kind of get into our feels.
no, I'm not in my feels about fly swatting.
I'm in my feels about hearing my nephews like Andrew Tate. So
Yeah, it's kind of fucked.
yeah,
If we're
and
being
knowing that the younger generation in whole probably looks up
is
to that
sad.
guy. But anyway,
And you had to talk about 82 kids dying to a choking game. That's the real
fucked, dude. I cannot believe. Yo, whoever made that should honestly feel just guilt.
Well, they should be
for
arrested.
For the rest of their life. Yeah, they should be in jail.
They should be arrested.
Straight to jail, as the TikTok says.
Yeah. Well, we should end it off with this though.
Yeah.
Let's see, where is it?
What you got as an ender?
Wait.
Wait.
Would you rather have a pause button or a rewind button in your life?
Damn, do you want to hear my answer first, or do you want to go ahead and tell yours? What do you want to know?
I want to hear your answer. I asked you the question.
That's true. Okay. Would I rather have a pause button
or rewind?
Can I ask a question actually about this?
Sure.
So when I'm paused,
Yep.
is everything around me paused except for me?
Yes.
Okay. And when I hit the rewind, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, let me throw some specifications.
Okay.
So when you pause, you can only pause for 30 minutes at a time.
Okay.
After the 30 minutes is up, like if you don't unpause, you only have 30 minutes. After that, everything will go back to playing out. Rewind, you can only rewind 5 minutes in the past.
Okay.
So 30-minute pause, 5-minute rewind. Which one you want?
So initially, when I think of this question, I think of if I were to pause, that would give me enough time, plenty of time, to think about the appropriate thing to do or move or action to allow me to achieve whatever goal I needed to achieve. That's my current thought on pause.
Wait, elaborate on that. What do you mean by gives you enough time to?
So say I'm in softball, right?
Okay, yeah.
And I'm not really thinking because I've had several beers that night in the dugout.
Okay.
And a pop fly comes right to me. I am allowed to pause right before the ball is coming down in the air.
Yeah.
I can position myself in the outfield exactly where I need to be, and I can because my IQ for softball is not enough. I can think about exactly, once I catch this ball, where I need to throw it.
Uh-huh.
And so I push play, I catch the ball, I throw it exactly where I need to, and I make the play. Whatever. That is my first thought with the pause button.
Yeah, but the counter argument is you could, if you drop the ball or you throw it to the wrong place, you can rewind and do it again.
Exactly. So I think rewind may be potentially a much more important role, where if you do or say something that could cost you your career, cost you the game, you can go back and fix it. So even if it's only 5 minutes or whatever you specified, my option, my choice is the rewind choice. Even though the pause choice is beneficial, even though it's really good, I'm personally choosing rewind.
But the thing here's a thought with rewind, it's 5 minutes. 5 minutes is a long time. Say you're in a conversation and you you say the wrong thing and you immediately rewind. There's so many like variables in 5 minutes, like in a conversation that could, like, you may not even get back to the same point to where you messed up to what you said, like said the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, or is that because, like, I feel like the variable is yourself, the person that's rewinding. Because like you could say something different and then the whole conversation shifts.
I do agree.
I feel like I think that could just be like,
I agree that pausing and rewinding, both of those, could be absolutely huge benefits to
I feel like
certain situations. But I think that if I had to pick one and not the other, I would pick rewind. What about you?
Rewind is just infinitely better.
Yeah.
Just like you could
redo
just redo a scenario over and over. Pause, you could punch somebody that, just like in the movie Click, you could punch them.
I guess.
And then unpause and they would be like, "What the fuck? I just got punched in the face."
I guess another good question would be with rewind, do you still have the gained knowledge that you had after the first time before deciding to rewind?
Yeah.
So say there was a test that you instantly got the answer for in college.
Okay.
So you're on question 17, it's answer C. You say, the quiz says, incorrect. The actual answer was answer A. So you use your rewind ability and you get to it. And with that, you still have knowledge that the answer is A. Is that what you're kind of saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not like you lose all. It's not like you lose all memory. You still have the memory.
So like it's a 20 question test. You click A on every single one. You see all the answers. Rewind 100.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's kind of rewind's just kind of broken.
Rewind is OP. It's OP for sure.
Very overpowered.
Yeah. That's a good question to end it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got another one? Hold on.
Oh, I got plenty. Oh, would you rather? Hang on. Would you rather hunt and butcher your own meat or never eat meat again? So you have to kill and butcher your own cow if you want a steak, or you just never eat steak again. Wait. I have a better one. Completely disregard that.
Okay.
Would you rather walk in on your parents or have them walk in on you?
Damn. That is a good one. This sounds like a really shitty, like, not exciting answer.
Yeah.
But I don't think I would care if either of them happened.
What? No, there's definitely a right answer.
I I think that I would rather them walk in
No.
on me at the end of the day.
Every time. Every time.
I think I would rather them walk in on me, but it's
You're
just
saying you would not care if you walked in on them?
No, okay, that is what I said, but that's not what I meant. If I had to pick between the two, I wouldn't necessarily be super concerned about which one happened. Because it's a matter of life and love, and it's just you do it, it happens.
Yeah, I ain't walking in on my parents.
That would suck. I'm not gonna lie. That would absolutely suck.
That image would forever be burned into my brain.
Yes. But you got to think that image for your parents would forever be burned into their brain if they saw you pounding the shit out of your girlfriend. You know what I mean?
What if it's not your girlfriend?
What if it's a random girl? Yeah, that's true.
What if it's a dude?
Yeah, I think it's probably better, honestly.
Yeah.
What if it's a dude literally just hit me right now, and that is fucked.
You want one more?
One
before we
more,
call
and
it?
then we'll pinch.
Would you rather be able to run at 100 miles an hour
That would be sick.
or fly at 20 miles an hour? And I'll go first this time.
I'm gonna let you go first this time. Yeah, that's
Okay.
good.
I would rather run at 100 miles an hour. And here's why.
Really? Because that's kind of like a, that might be an argument there.
100 miles an hour is fast. Like, can we
It's
agree
fast
that
as fuck.
that is really fast? You could get point A to point B just like snap of a finger.
Not quite,
If
but
you
yeah.
run, but if you, well, I mean, you really could. Like,
Depending on where point B is.
Imagine a 30-minute drive. Okay, how fast you're getting there, and how long?
30
So
minutes?
no. Okay, it's a 30-minute drive normally right now if you don't run 100 miles an hour.
Okay.
So you say you get there in 5 minutes, right?
You're right.
But if you can fly at 20 miles an hour, you're getting there. It'll take longer than if you actually drive in a car.
Absolutely it would.
Well, I mean, yes, it would take you longer just because you're going 20 miles an hour. But if you run 100 miles an hour, say you get some elevation, you run off of a building at 100 miles an hour, you got some distance.
Yeah.
You could probably run on water at 100 miles an hour. Could you run on water?
Depending on your weight, maybe. And also depending on the size of the pads of your feet. But that's also really
Your feet.
that's also really stretching it. I don't know.
All right, what's your
that's
answer
just
then?
my
I
engineering
feel like it's
brain going to
flying.
work. Yeah, I think my answer may be flying. And to be fair, if you were to say that you can only move 1 mile an hour flying, I think my answer may still be the same.
I don't know. I just thought about it.
It's really just
So-
truthfully for me, it's just the matter of flying. I think that really.
Yeah. From me to you, it is 854 miles.
Yeah.
It still takes me 8 hours to
8
run
and a half hours to run to me. Yeah.
to run to you. So I kind of retract my thought. Like, I think in a just like a local sense, like running 100 miles an hour sounds really fun. Like, you could run really fast, go.
Yeah. Say you maybe, let's just switch it up. Say maybe you said you could run 1,000 miles an hour.
I'm running 1,000 miles an hour.
I'm picking that too.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's meet in the middle then. 500 miles an hour. Because that would take me like,
That
hour
is
and a half,
tough.
2 hours to run from me to you.
But that's also saying that you have the strength and
Stamina.
to actually do that.
But that's
we'll-
running. So
we'll
like,
just-
say I
we'll-
jog at
yeah.
250 miles an hour.
Yeah, we'll just say that That's
Unlimited.
within your limits.
Yeah.
That would be tough to pass up. But at the same time, getting off of the ground and airborne while flying, I mean, come on. That's got to be really cool too.
Yeah, flying is probably the pick, even if you can run 1,000 miles an hour. It's just okay, but if you increase the other,
you're just
one,
doing
if you
something
increase
that
one,
no
you have
one
to-
else has done before, right?
it's a whole new experience.
And I mean, you're immediately getting rich because you're the only person in the world that can fly.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just like your life is going to change from here on out. It's just going to be
but you could say the same about running.
right. You could. You're exactly right.
You'd be very famous. But anyways, we've been going for quite a while, and they deserve it.
We guys, damn, we we owed you a lot. So
Absolutely.
I'm just happy to be here. Don't ever think that we're gonna stop. We're gonna keep going.
We're back, bitches.
We're back, and we're here to stay. And we're just really happy to be able to have the opportunity to bring this content to you. So
It's a lot of fun. Like we're not here for gain, so to speak. We're not here to make it big. And we've kind of hit that a few times. Like we kind of have run that into the ground. But it's just so much fun sitting here doing this. It's just a hobby at this point.
all right,
Take us out of here.
We're gonna pinch it off. We love you guys.
I hope you enjoyed. We'll see y'all. We'll see y'all later.
All right, bye.
See ya. Dude, I'm about to pee my pants. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Wait. Hold on, Clay. We're still recording.
Shit!
Yep. 3, 2, 1.